everybody, it's Sabine from Beeez Loves Hooks and Yarns. This time it didn't take me quite as long to make another video, so that's improving, I guess. For once I have a finished object to show, which is probably not going to happen too often, since I guess I'm not crocheting as fast as some of the other people, or my objects are sometimes a little bit bigger, which I try to get a little smaller, and so that I have once in a while a little more success. Sometimes it can drag a little. So yeah, anyways, what I finished, it's not really the best thing to wear today because it's kind of warm outside. It's really a nice day. Is the Hooded Poncho from Bag O' Day. I'll show it later. I'll tell you about it first. So I started this, I think, sometime in January, and I just bought one skein of the Red Heart Unforgettable in the color Polo, and I thought, oh well, I'll give it a try, see how far I get, and if I even like the color once it's worked out. So yeah, I really did like it, so went back on another one and another one and another one, and then I was never sure how big should I really make this poncho. I almost stopped a lot way sooner, but then I thought, wow, this looks like I already grew out of it. Or my daughter, who wants to wear it too, she looked like she was wearing a little child's poncho. Well, I didn't really have any experience, right? So I wasn't sure how big to make it. So I kept buying another ball of yarn and adding a few rows here and there whenever I felt like it. So finally last Sunday I added the fringe, and yeah, I hope it's okay now. I used up 5.5 balls of the Red Heart Unforgettable, and in the colorway Polo, as I said. And yeah, the only thing that I don't like about it is the hood. I think I made it too small. There should be a little more give in the hood. Yeah, you'll see in a bit when I'll show you. But yeah, that's the only thing I would change if I made it again, which I probably won't. But yeah, for whatever poncho I might make, I definitely keep that in mind to change that. So yeah, let me show you the hood. This is, see, it's a little straight. I think it should have a little more easy on the sides. It's just hanging down. It's not really, but at least it's kind of comfy when you're freezing and you just want to cuddle up in something like almost a blanket. So yeah, and then this is the poncho. And I really like how the fringe comes out almost in rainbow colors, even though it's more like a muted brown, green, reddish, orangey. I really love how the colors came out, because while I was making this one, I think I'm going to take it off. While I was making this one, I started another one because I love the color Sunrise so much, but the way that worked out, I didn't like the colors at all. So I undid it again after a ball or two and just gave up on it, because the colors, just the flow of the colors just wasn't like the ones from the Polo. So there you go. I have to find something else to do with it. Oh, what happened to my camera? It just yeah. So what else do I have? I went shopping to fuzzy felt from my poncho. I went to Michael's yesterday evening, and they had on clearance the, let me grab this, Bernard Maker home deck. That's the, oh, it's all upside down. Oh no, it's right. No, it's just mirrored. Okay, Bernard Maker home deck on clearance for $5.97 Canadian, which is half the price of the regular ball. Well, that's as good as clearance gets here, and I can't even use coupons on it or anything. So I picked a few of these colors. This is called Cream, and then I have a yellow, which is just called Gold, and I bought a Woodberry. This comes out really bright. It's not that bright. It's like a muted color, more muted red. And then there is the color Clay. And I like that it's a really sturdy, thick yarn, and I thought it would work up great as a market bag. So I looked for some patterns on Ravelry, and I mean there's a lot of free ones, and there's just so many market bags out there, but I really like the things that Outstanding Crochet, what's her name, Natalia Kononova, is offering on in her Ravelry store. So I thought I might just go with one of her market bags, which is actually really big, and it's enough to have one skein of this homemaker, Bernard Maker Home Deck. So I think I'm gonna make this one. I haven't bought the pattern yet, but I think I'm gonna do that today. Not saying that I'm going to start the market bag right away, but then at least I have everything prepared and ready to go for when I need a little fix to start something, not to finish it right away. So yeah, and while I was at Michael's, I also bought a skein of Premier Cotton Fair in white, which I would like to use for my very first garment, and that is something that is being made in the Ravelry group Crochet Clothing Cow, where there's, I don't know how many they pick like 3 or 4, seems it, like patterns every month, where you can just loosely decide you want to join, and then you crochet. If you have questions, maybe somebody else can help you out because they're crocheting the same thing and don't have the same problems. So that's kind of cool, and I thought for my very first garment that's probably a good idea. So what I picked to do is from Drops Design. It's called, I don't know if I pronounced this right, Ipanema Drops Design. It's a shirt. Can you see that there? Yeah. It's a cute summery little shirt to wear with a top underneath, and well, it doesn't look too tricky. There's a little border on the bottom and then some pretty basic stitches. Well, I've never done any decreasing or increasing, and I mean it's not hard to do, I guess, but to do that in the right spots and the right amounts, that's probably the challenge, and to measure my size properly. So anyways, I got a start on that, and this is the start on the border, which is already more than halfway around, pretty much. So yeah, I'm on my way to there. First I thought I would use this as my new take-along project, but I don't think that's a great idea if I really have to increase and decrease and try it on all the time. I mean, if I sit at the swimming class for my daughter, it's not really the greatest thing to try it on, or yeah, I don't know. So I really need a project as a take-along, because all my blankets use like 10, 15, 20 balls of yarn, which I can't always carry around with me, and it shouldn't be a pattern where you always have to look on the pattern and make sure you're in the right spot. So if anybody has any ideas for something to make as a take-along, I would greatly appreciate a little hint on what I could do. My last take-along project was the Rising Tides bag from Mikey and the Crochet Crowd, which used the Karen Cotton Cake, and I chose the color Hydrangea, which I finished crocheting on yesterday morning, I believe. And so this is how it looks like. My little baggie. It actually turned out really cute. And I love the handles. I made them a little bigger than the ones that, oh yeah, than the ones that Mikey had, like 10 chain stitches each longer. So yeah, I'm pretty tall, so I think it works out better when the handles are longer. And yeah, I like the size. I have more chevrons in the height than he had, So I actually had to use, I think 4 or 5 grams of my next Karen cotton cake, which is the same turquoise, or what you want to call it, aquamarine color that's also in the bag, just to finish up one row on the handles. So I should have made it a little shorter, I guess, but I never really paid attention to the pattern, which talked about 22 chevrons, I think, in height, and I have like 28. I just measured because the size said this is what it is, and yeah, I'm crocheting pretty tight, so maybe I just needed more, but that's fine. It's, I mean, 5 grams, there's still enough left from the other Karen cotton cake to make something else out of it. So anyways, yesterday I also went out and bought something that I wanted to line the bag with, which is this fabric. I think it goes pretty good with it. But yeah, the problem with that is I got a new sewing machine for Christmas. It's one of those high-tech computer things. And well, I have worked a little bit with it, but somehow this thing is, I'm totally intimidated by it. I just thinking about it, I break a sweat. I have to maybe put some yarn on the little spool, or just holy smokes. So I'm not sure how long that's gonna take me to really make this little lining for the bag, which is not really a lot of stitching to do, but yeah. Oh, I just gotta be brave and get to it, I guess. So yeah, that's what's going on here pretty much. So I'm crocheting on my shirt, and I have to get back to my big blue blanket, but yeah, it's pretty warm outside right now, and I don't want to be hidden under a big blanket, so I have to see how I do that. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope I'll get back to you soon again, and everybody, happy crocheting and have some great summer days. Bye bye.